Of us. We're going back to our normal format of the school sport events where we do the two primary and secondary on the same day.
It is a big day. We're looking forward to having, I think, 136 events in total. We've got Raff Agostino waiting poolside for our first interview of today. We're going to be going down to him a little bit today. We're going to go down to Raff Agostino for the first time poolside right now.
Good morning and welcome to the School Sport Victoria State Swimming Championships. What a beautiful day. I've got Hilary Shelton here with me, who is the CEO of School Sport Victoria. How do you feel being here for the first time?
Raff, it's absolutely unbelievable. I think I'm probably more nervous than most of the competitors. They've got this down pat. This is all new to me. It's really awesome to be here. And you're right, what a beautiful day.
It really is a beautiful day. There was some weather that we were thinking about that was coming in that was pretty bad. But anyway, we've got McRob Secondary College here who are helping out. We've got a whole bunch of officials. We've got a whole bunch of competitors. We've got students ready to race. How exciting.
It's so exciting, and I think it's really important what you just mentioned then. There's so many people who've done a lot of work to make this event come to life, and a lot of them are volunteers, so a massive thanks to all of those volunteers and to all the parents who are here today too, to get these students here to have a wonderful event.
Speaking of the parents, our grandstand is filling up and it's filling fast, and we're really excited. And I know you haven't been to one of these days before, but you're excited about hearing the crowd noise. How good will it be?
I am most excited about seeing how loud or hearing how loud it's going to get, and then getting up there and boosting that energy even more. Yeah.
Look, we're excited. We've got Deb Kinder on commentary. We've got Brent Sternberg on commentary as well. And we've got Jonathan and Adam on producing. We've got a cameraman on the roaming deck. We've got a cameraman upstairs. We've got a stationary camera right here. We're ready for this live stream and we're pretty excited. So if you've got people that you know need to watch this stream, then make sure you're getting on board with sending them the link. It's just watch.ssvtv.live. Send them that link. They've got 4 channels they can watch on. They can watch on Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo or Twitter. The reason we do 4 channels is just in case one breaks. So we want to make sure that we are covering as many bases as we can and get as many people watching. What are you most looking forward to, Hilary?
I'm just most looking forward to seeing all the hard work come to fruition. So all the work that these kids have done to get here, and just seeing them enjoy their time in the pool, win, second, third, lose, whatever, just enjoying their time in the pool and enjoying the atmosphere. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Exactly. Last year we had a primary and a secondary. Today we've got primary and secondary together. We're so excited. We're going to throw back to the commentators now as they start to prepare us for the first race as the students come out. Good luck today, everyone.
Thank you very much, Raff.
Yes.
We are looking forward to this. Like Raff mentioned there, Deb, we had the students last year separated. So we had one day for our secondary students and one day for our primary, but we've got them all back together today, which is great. But it's not just great for the students to be together, but also that means more people in the house, all the families and all the friends that have come from. I mean, you look at some of these schools we're going to see today, they're a long way away, so it's a big day for everybody.
It is, it certainly is. They come from far and wide.
Well, we're not too far away from our first event. Like we mentioned, 136 events today, so 34 freestyle, 20 breaststroke, 20 butterfly, 26 backstroke. We'll have 18 multi-class events as well. Some of those might be, the number of the events might be changed as we move closer towards those particular events, and then individual medleys and our relays towards the end. And I think a lot of people here in the grandstand today, Deb, would say they're the events they're looking forward to the most, because the roof, not that we really, well, we do have one, I suppose, that will be lifted off the joint.
It certainly will. The relays create a lot of noise. But yeah, lots of racing here today, and the sun's shining, so that's nice. I don't know for how long, but fingers crossed the rain stays away.
Well, we've been pretty lucky in Melbourne the last week or so with some lovely weather, and today I think they said it was going to get to 21 degrees, I should say, so a lovely day to get in the pool and have a race.
Yeah, it's not too cold out there, I don't think. It's actually colder in here, I think, than it is out there.
Yes, I'm not too sure who's... well, I thought they might have turned on the air condition, but Deb has assured me it's always this cold, so...
It's always cold in here.
The home ground advantage has led Deb to bring her her woolly mammoth jacket in, and here I am sitting in a hoodie that has been donated to me today. But I'm from Ballarat originally, Deb, so
you should be used to
I should be used to the cold weather, absolutely. We're just about set to go then.
We are. Our first race of the day, the women's 16 to 20 200 metre freestyle.
So one of our longer events, and we'll start with the 200-metre freestyle. So that's the distance we'll be racing for our first few races today. But this is event number 1, Debbie, and we're set to go.
We are. So most of these races will have 8 competitors.
And we should say, as they're about to jump in lane 6, we do have the defending champion from this particular event last year, Layla Mahfouz, from a 17-year-old from Melton Secondary College. So she's one to watch there in lane 6.
Yes, you'll guess most of the swimmers in the middle lanes are swimmers. That's what they do. That's their sport. So most of these girls will have raced against each other at some point, and they probably all know each other. So
no strengths and weaknesses, Deb?
Oh, not that I know of at the moment. But, 200 freestyle, it's a bit of a, you have to pace yourself. You can't go out too hard, although it's funny. 200 freestyle, it's almost still a sprint. Yeah, because as you know, we have 400s, 800s, 1500s. Not here today. We won't have 800s or 1500s, but yeah. So
we should mention as well, we are on the 50-metre long course, so 200 metres. So this is up and back.
Correct.
And up and back again.
4 laps of the pool. So here they go for their first 100 metres. So they'll be breathing to the side as they go down and watching to see where their competitors are.
So we've got an earlier front runner here in lane 4. This looks like Kiara Mooney from Beaumaris.
Yes, so she's the fastest of the field. So yeah, 16 to 20, so they can be anywhere between those ages. You won't see many 20-year-olds generally, but they can get up to that age if they're...
That is a wide age group, though, for a race, Deb. Yeah.
It certainly is. So then later on we'll have the 12 to 15, which is the younger age group. So these are, of course, our secondary students. So as you said, from far and wide, so we've got Horsham, Bendigo, Foster, and then we've, the normal Melbourne suburbs, Baldwin, Beaumaris, Melton. So they're coming into the finish now.
Looks like we're going to see in lane 4, Kiara Mooney, one of 2 16-year-olds in this
lane
race.
6 is about to...
Oh,
it's going to be close.
Goodness me.
She's hung on.
Well, she made a late run, didn't she, there?
Did.
That was
so
late.
Kiara's got the win at a 2:12.50, followed by Layla and then Steph Moran.
So Layla Mahfouz, the champion, has been beaten, but boy, she really made Kiara work for that one in the end. So our first winner of the day.
Yep. So she's taken quite a few seconds off her entry time.
So this will be the same age group here, but the men to go now, 16 to 20.
The boys, yes, same age group. So, as I said to you earlier, Brent,
yep.
I've had the pleasure of being involved in a lot of these events leading up to this one. I do the timing for a lot of the carnivals right from district through to region. So I've seen a lot of these kids race through the last couple of months.
Well, as the boys jump in here, it might be a good opportunity to ask you, Deb, where have these students come from? They've gone through quite a rigorous, qualifying, to use an Albert Park motor racing term, just to get here.
That's correct. So these secondary guys, they'll have their school competition, and then they'll go on to division, and from there, usually the top 2 will go on to region, and then the first place from region goes on to state, which is where we are here today.
So already, if you've made it to this event or this day, you're a pretty handy swimmer.
You are. You'll find generally most of the ones in the middle lanes at least are swimmers, and that's what they do. That's their sport. So you'll see Connor here in lane 4. He's from Eltham High. He comes from the Northern Metro, and he is the record holder of this event in the younger age group. So if you go down, you'll see he holds the record in the 12 to 15 years for this event.
Winner last year at 2:03.20. He's got a little bit of work to do, Connor, in lane 4. Early days here as we're coming up to the final turn. How much preparation or practice, I should say, Deb, do they do in terms of that turn? Because they make it look easy. I'd imagine it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's a lot of skills that they learn. The kids that do swimming for a sport,
Yep.
you know, some of these guys will train, 8 times a week.
Goodness
They'll train
me.
morning and night, and that's their sport. So they'll go to the gym and they do all sorts of things.
All right, we've got lane 4 and 5 here. So this is Connor Hayes going toe-to-toe with Haruki Nakanishi from Glen Waverley.
Yep.
Oh, he's just coming over the top of him as well.
Yeah, I think
Haruki's
by about taken off.
Half body length. He's not mucking around.
No. So Haruki's come in
Got
first in a 1:59.21. And then Connor second and Ashley Nichols third.
So lanes 5, 4 and 3 there. So a good early win there for Haruki Nakanishi from Glen Waverley Senior College. Had a couple of close finishes, 2 from 2. Event number 3 coming up for you now. This is the women age bracket 12 to 15.
Yeah, so same event, just the younger kids.
Yep.
So you'll see we have records, School Sport Victoria records for these events. And the one that's held from this one is an old one from back in 2005. Samantha Hamill. So she holds the record in a 2:08, which is pretty quick for that age group. So we've got people from Traralgon, Ballarat, Brent from your hometown.
I'm not going to barrack, Deb, I promise. I filled in the form that Raff gave me and I ticked the box that said no conflict of interest.
Yes. I do. I've been involved in this for the last, quite a few years actually. My daughter, I was going to say was a swimmer, but I can now say is a swimmer. She's coming back to the sport after taking a year off. So I'm also a technical official. So I'm quite heavily involved. I love it. Swimming is a great sport.
And for those watching at home across all of our SSV socials, you might hear Deb's daughter's name come up a few times because I'm led to believe she's the record holder for a few of our events today.
Does hold a few of the records, yes.
Let me tell you, Deb saying that her daughter is a swimmer, she is underselling that mightily, let me say.
Well, she has had a year off, so we'll see how she goes getting back in the water.
We've got Alicia Clark making the early running here, getting to the wall at the halfway mark.
Yeah, and she's followed by Matilda Barber, who's from Montmorency Secondary College, which is where my daughter went. So Monty have a few swimmers here today. And as I said, a lot of these girls belong to swimming clubs, and swimming is their sport. So Alicia, Mia, Matilda, I know those 3 in particular do belong to clubs. So swimming is their thing.
3/4 time here in this particular race. I think we know our winner.
Yeah, Alicia's got a handy lead here, 2 seconds.
And we should say you might hear in the background today, as we're calling the action, we will have our presentations going as well. So we've already had a couple run and one. This is event number 3. So we're just fighting here for the podium places, 2nd and 3rd, but it is going to be in lane 4, Alicia Clark, 15-year-old from Mount Waverley. Sorry, Deb.
Got very handy lead. She doesn't seem to be working too hard there.
In she comes.
So there she is, 2:17.06, and followed by Mia and Matilda in 3rd place.
So leading just about from go to woe there, a good win for Alicia Clark and Mount Waverley. Of course, there are points up for grabs for our events today. As the morning and early afternoon wears on, we might have a bit of a chat about the points that are up for grabs and who dominated last year. But we're almost to the end of our first page here, Deb. This is event number 4.
Correct. So you'll find a lot of these swimmers have quite a few events today. So the secondary swimmers, they can do 5 individual events and as well as 2 relays. And the primary kids, they can do 2 individual events and 2 relays. So the primary kids just do 50s, whereas the secondary school kids have a wider range of events that they can swim in.
So this is still with the 200-metre freestyle. This is the boys 12 to 15 this time.
Yeah.
More representation from Ballarat as well, Deb, in lane 1. Riley James.
Yes.
Montmorency too?
Yeah, Montmorency's there. Riley, he's the swimmer, as is Jaden, Enrico. They're all swimming guys. So you'll find some of these kids may have even trained this morning, depending on how kind their coaches were to them. They might have said, "No, you're training. I don't care if you have to swim after. That's it."
Kind?
Yes.
Unkind?
Well, you know. So a lot of these kids will have been to, well, not a lot of them, but quite a few of them will have been to nationals on the Gold Coast just a couple of weeks ago.
I think we've come up a swimmer short as well in this one. I'm seeing an empty lane 3 in this event.
So that's Riley. Okay, so I do recall, I think Riley injured himself on the Gold Coast, so that could be why he's not here today. So I hope he's okay.
We've got Will Anderson in lane 8 from Girton Grammar School, who's leading the group in towards the final turn.
Yeah, so we've got an outside smoker. He's the slowest of the field by the entry time, so, you know, it's anyone's race.
Well, are we about to see our first, I guess, boil over of the day? Will's willing himself to the finish here.
Well, he's dropped back to third on the turn, so Enrico in lane 5's taken over. So he might have gone out a bit too early and run out of puff. You never know.
Well, that's okay. We've mentioned his name anyway.
We have. So it looks like our 2 here are going to have quite a race to the finish.
4 and 5, Jaden McEwen and Enrico Beliges.
Like
Enrico
taken off. So Enrico's going to take the win in a 2:08.78, followed by Jaden 2:09.22, and Will's taken third place in a 2:10.86. So that's pretty amazing. 2:10. His entry time was a 2:26.
Yeah, that's an incredible.
He's knocked quite a bit of time off there. Okay, so over the page we go. All right, so this is the 100-metre breaststroke. So breaststroke, the most technical swimming stroke.
So this is, we mentioned earlier, the large age group. We've now got 12 to 20.
Correct. Yep, so 100 metres. So you'll see in this race we have a swimmer in lane 0.
Yep.
So
what does that mean, Deb?
That means she's an exhibition. She's an invitational swimmer. So for some reason she's obviously not been able to swim at region or one of the events. So she's had to apply to swim at this event. That's why she's got no entry time. So she may have had another sporting event, or she could have been sick, or she could have been away on camp. So she's had to apply for the invitation. So she still gets to swim, but unfortunately, being an invitation, she doesn't gain any points for her school.
So that's Jessica Proudlock we speak of, 18-year-old from Lyndhurst Secondary College, are away. So this is our first look at the breaststroke for today.
Yep.
So this obviously will be a little bit slower of a time, but slower of a stroke. The most difficult or most technical, you said there, Deb?
Both.
And Deb, who's going to bring up the name of the current record holder for this particular event? Would you like to mention that?
I'll let you do that.
It's Tara Kinder from Montmorency Secondary College. The record time here, 1:10.61. Just having a look at the times from these swimmers. I'm not sure that's going to be threatened today.
We shall see.
Who have we got here? I think we've got lane 4.
No,
out in front.
Lane 3 here in front. Riley Cardo from Canterbury. Looks like from my... Is it lane 3? I'm pretty sure it is. It's hard to tell from the side here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's lane 3 because I know lane 4 is Amity and she's at DVE and she's got her club cap on. So yeah, it looks like Riley, and she's come in first in a 1:16.78, followed by Isabella and Amity Lansbury in third.
I think what might have thrown me off there was the lane 0. That was bound to do it, Deb.
Yes, exactly. So you will get a few races with swimmers in 0. Not a lot, just a couple.
So a good win there for Canterbury Girls Secondary College.
Yep.
Here we go with the Same stroke, same distance, but the boys now, so still...
Correct. These are our 12 to 20 boys.
So we've got from ages here spanning 14 to 19. We do have a couple of 14-year-olds.
Yep.
We'll see how they go as they re-emerge from underneath the water.
So again, I know a lot of these names through the club swimming. So Cameron McLeod, he's a swimmer. Justin Zhao.
Record time here, Deb, 1:03.98, set by Daniel Cave in 2016. So a relatively newish record there.
Yep.
We've certainly got some today that when we get to, we'll mention them, but we've got some from a long time ago. So we did have 6 records last year that were set, 6 new records. So we'll keep an eye out on how many new ones we get today.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. I did see a few records broken in the region events this year, so we shall see what happens. But coming down here, it looks like lane 4. So Brandon, he's going to take this out. Yep, 1:08.47. I was talking about Cameron McLeod. He's actually not in the water. He's a non-starter. So Brandon first, 1:08.47. Mitchell second, 1:10.55. And Justin third in a 1:12.68. So not very close to the record today, but a lot of these guys have taken time off their entry time.
How long ago would those entry times have been set, Deb?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
The region events were all held earlier this month. Now we're going to go to the primaries.
I was just going to mention, Deb, that's a fair effort to improve your time, to shave a few seconds off in just, what are you saying, a couple of weeks?
Yeah. A lot of these guys will have faster times than this as their personal bests. But the times that you see on the program are the times that they swam at their region event to qualify for this one.
Yep.
So as I said, now we're going to the other end of the pool for the 50-metre events. So we're going to be a lot quicker getting through the events now. So we've got the primary girls 9 to 10. So these will be, some of these girls might be their first, or will be their first time, most of them that they've swum here. Maybe some of the 10-year-olds could have swum when they were 9-year-olds.
Yep.
But having said that, one of our fastest swimmers in lane 5 is only 9, so she'll get to swim in this same age group next year. And that's Neva Jeffs from St Thomas in Greensboro. But our fastest qualifier here in lane 4, Erin Paris, she came first in the all juniors in this event. And Neva actually set an NMR record in this event with her time of a 46.12.
The SSV record in this one is 41.14. 2011 that was set. Molly Batchelor from Apollo Parkways.
Yeah.
That is a mighty quick time for this age group.
It is. Some of these people that hold records actually still swim, and I'll mention those ones that I know of as we go through the program. I don't think Molly swims anymore. So yeah, these are our youngest guys of the day. Some of these will be their first time maybe have even swum at MSAC.
Yeah. So it looks like we've got a front runner here in lane 4.
Yep, so it looks like Erin's going to take this out.
Erin in the yellow cap.
44.04, followed by Neva in a 45.56 and Jordan 46.05.
So the winner there from Templestowe Valley Primary School. Yep. Congratulations to Erin. That's a solid time.
It is.
a little quicker than her entry time.
Yep. And now we go to the boys. We've got quite a few 9-year-olds here, 3 of them to be precise. So you'll see the start list on your screen.
8 swimmers in this one. The record in this one set only a couple of years ago, 2021. Henry Wang, that's a time of 41.93 from Westburn Grammar School.
Yep. So kids from Gippsland. Again, Ballarat. There's quite a lot of swimming goes on out of Ballarat. They've got a couple of pools out there.
Well, they'd have to be indoor and heated, Deb. Oh.
Especially in the winter. So, pretty evenly spaced across the pool at the moment.
Once again, I reckon it's lane 4. We've seen some good swimming in lane 4. That's the
Yes.
lane to be today.
That's the fast lane. So that's Lucas from Pakenham Hills.
Right up alongside him there, though, lane 5. That's Austin from Wesley College.
Yeah, but Lucas is going to take this out comfortably, a 44.78. So just a little bit over his entry time, but he gets the medal.
He'll stand atop the podium. Well done, Lucas. That's a good swim, buddy.
Okay, now we go to the 11-year-olds. So we're moving up in the age groups. So these are our 11 girls.
So this is still the 50-metre breaststroke, so same distance and same stroke.
Yep, we'll be doing breaststroke for a little while now. So the record here is a 37.81.
We should just mention the winning time last year, 41.32. It was Elsa from Wesley College.
Yeah.
If you're in lane 4, you don't want to let that lane down.
Which is pretty quick.
Well, once again, it is lane 4. That's Cecilia from Methodist Ladies College.
Yep.
Well, she is going to romp this one in.
Yeah, MLC have got quite a few good swimmers. They have their own pool out there at the school. They have their own swimming club. So she's come in. Oh, she has done a soft touch, so we're going to have to go to the backup times to get her finish time. So it looks like a 43.35. And she's followed in by Emerson in second and Kira in third.
So do you want to just explain the issue with the soft touch there, Deb?
Okay, so some of these younger kids, you know, the smaller bodies, if they don't hit that touchpad fast enough, it won't register a time.
Yep.
So then we rely on the people pushing the buttons with the backup time.
This is why we have the marshals.
And this is why we have the kids at the end of the pool with
Yep.
the buttons, to make sure that when that happens, we still get a time so we know who came first. All right, so our 11 boys have hit the water. So Lachlan Bull in lane 4 from Parkdale. He came first in this event in the All Junior, and he also set a record for his region, the Southern Metro, when he qualified for this in a 40.22. So expect him to go pretty quick here.
You can see he's right there alongside Jaden from Mont Albert Primary School in lane 5. Giving him a good fight too, Jaden. He's gone over the top of him.
Yeah, so they're going to be close.
Oh! No, a good fight back. Good fight back from Lockie.
Yeah, so he's taken the win in a 39.39. Jaden in a 39.88, and then Jack 43.91. So congratulations to Lachlan.
Right to the wire, that one. I enjoyed that race. That was my favourite so far, Deb.
Was it? Okay, and now we're going to the 12-13 girls. So these will be our last year of primary school, you would imagine, these girls. So next year they'll be able to do more events and they'll be representing their secondary schools.
Record time in this particular one. This is event 11, 35.76. Paris Vista from Westburn Grammar School, 2011.
Yeah, Paris, my daughter used to race against Paris and her sister, and their dad's still coaches. So I don't think the girls swim anymore, but they've moved on to other things. But both very good swimmers when they did compete. So we've got our fastest of the field here, Arabella Johnson from Ocean Grove. So down on the Ballerine.
Once again, it's the middle lanes that are flying down the pool.
Usually where you'll see most of the action. So, yep, Arabella's going to take it out in a 37.88. followed by Lucy, 38.85, and Elsa, 39.11.
Could I just ask you quickly in between events, Deb, how do they actually sort out who swims in what lane?
That's based on your entry time.
Yeah, right.
So you'll find the fastest swimmer goes in lane 4, and then it goes 4, 5, 3, 6, 2, 7, 1, 8.
Is there an advantage to swimming in the middle lanes?
Oh, I don't know. I say if you have a lane, you have a chance.
Yeah,
You know,
yep.
it's all the same water.
Yeah.
But, yeah, generally they're just in the middle. They can see what's going on across the pool generally. So, yeah. That's the lane. Lane 4 is the lane to be in.
Well, certainly today.
So our 2 boys here in 4 and 5 at their region events, they both set records. So Charlie and Aston. So Charlie from St Mary's in Greensborough and Aston from Bourne. They both set records in their respective region events. So Charlie 37.76 and Aston 38.20. So I'll expect to see those two. And yep, so it looks like it's going to be lane 5. So Aston.
In the green cap.
Yep.
Charlie in the blue.
37.46. And Quinn actually touched Charlie out for
Ooh.
second. And Charlie finished in third. So now we're up to our 12-13 girls. So you'll see your start list on the screen.
Who's the record holder for this one, Deb?
Oh, a girl called Tara.
2016, 36.65.
Yep.
The record
that would have
time?
been back when she was in grade 6.
Yep.
No, not grade 6. She must have been in year 7 because it's Montmorency. So, yeah, these girls, some of them, they'll be in year 7, yeah. So, we've got everywhere from Leongatha, Wangaratta.
Lane 4 again. This is Leona.
East Doncaster, yep, she's got a very good lead. You can see her cap, she swims for Nunawading. So she's come in first in a 36.54, so she's actually just taken Tara's record from her.
Oh,
36.54, so that's pretty quick.
somewhere Tara is watching.
She could be.
Well, there we go. Our first new record
for
of the day. How many did I say we had last year? 6, I think, last year.
Yeah,
So
you said that.
there's one down. Sorry, Tara. But a couple of your others are safe.
Yeah, so 36.54, and now we move on to our 12-13 boys. So the record here is at 33.96 from back in 2012.
Yeah, that's an oldie. Last year the winner was Golden, a student by the name of Golden. I had to mention that, from
So
Brentwood.
Golden Bow.
37.16.
Yep, I know the name. So it looks like 4 and 5 are going to fight it out here. Yep, lane 4, Byron from Ringwood. He's come in first in a 35.59. So just a little bit over his entry time.
Yeah.
And then Sebastian second from Marist. And in third place, Hugo from Melton. Now we're into our 14-year-old girls. So Claudia here in lane 4 from Mary McKillop in Leongatha. She swam at the Nationals on the Gold Coast, so her PB is a 36.11, so a little bit quicker than her entry time here.
Yep.
So we'll watch out for her.
Well, if she can swim her PB, that will still be just a little bit outside the record here, which is 34.94.
Yeah. And that one's also from 2012.
So this is Emily, by the looks of it, in lane 5.
Emily, yeah, another Nunawading swimmer. So it looks like she's going to take the win here, 36.04. So she's taken a bit off her entry time. And in second place, Grace from Girton. And in third place, Ella from Portland. All right, 14-year-old boys are next. So the record here from 2018, 33.01. We have a swimmer here in lane 0 as earlier, an exhibition swimmer who's an invitation, Lucas from Nagle College in Bairnsdale.
So a reminder that those swimmers, they can earn individual records, but not points for their school
Correct.
today.
Yeah. So Golden that you were talking about earlier that had the record in the younger...
We're about to see him.
That swam last, so he's in the 14-year-old boys, so he's in lane 3. And it looks like we're missing a swimmer in lane 2. There could be kids that are sick or couldn't get here for some reason. And we've also got a swimmer in lane 9 here. So he's not on my program. He must have been a late addition. Julian
Muir, yep.
Yep. But we've got Ashley in the front here. Ashley from Greensboro College. And he's going to take this out, 34.10. So that's a pretty good time. And second is Spencer from Staunton. And third was Golden from Brentwood. So we had a lot of swimmers there. All right, so now we move on to the 15-year-old girls. And our record here is from 1995.
So this is the only record that we have still standing from the 20th century. Every other record has been set since the turn of the millennium.
Yep.
Amy Russell it was. 34.92 in 95, Sunbury Secondary College. That's a long time for a record to be standing.
It certainly is. And looking at these girls' entry times, I'm not sure they're going to beat it today.
No.
But you never know. Anything could happen. So these 50 metres, we call them the splash and dash. Not so much in the breaststroke, but once we get to the freestyle, they'll be over and done with before you know it. So it looks like lane 3 here is going to take the win. So that's Sarah from Matthew Flinders Girls. So Sarah in a time of 35.57. So she's taken a couple of seconds off her entry time, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, only 2 and a bit seconds slower than the overall record.
Yeah.
That's not a bad effort, actually.
Pretty good. So here's our 15-year-old boys. So the record here is a 32 flat from Charles Lockley at Maribyrnong in 2018. So our fastest swimmer is a 33.5, so he could go close. Let's see.
Yeah, the winner last year, Jake, 32.74, so very,
so
very close. Yeah.
Let's see how these boys go.
Got the maroon cap here.
Yeah, so lane 4, Javier. Yep, 32.21.
Oh,
so
even closer than last year. Goodness me.
Not quite. So that's pretty good time. He should be happy with that. He's from Melbourne High. All right, down to our 16-year-old girls. So our winner of the younger boys there, the 14-year-old boy, is Ashley Lansbury. So his sister now is racing in this, Amity. She came first in this event at the All Juniors in a time of 35.17, so quite a bit quicker than her entry time. And our record is a 34.04, held by Charlie Millard from Melbourne Girls. Charlie still actually swims.
So Amity's in lane 4.
Yep.
She's the one to keep an eye on, you're saying, Deb?
Yep. She's a pretty handy breaststroker. She swims out at DVE Aquatic in Greensboro.
She's the one that's just starting to make her way to the front. Getting a good fight in lane 1. Marley, hadn't seen too many in lane 1 give it a fair shake.
Yeah, Amity's going to take the win here. 35.21. So just a little bit over her PB, or her winning time from all juniors. Pretty good all the same. And in second place was Isabella from Victory Lutheran, and third place Imogen Nolan from Templestowe College. Okay, so now we're moving on to the 16-year-old boys. So the record holder here is Sam Williamson. Now, Sam still swims. He actually swam at the Com Games.
Right.
So he's still swimming, and he actually swims here at MSAC or Melbourne Vic Centre. So his time is a 31:13, the record that he holds from back in 2013. So our fastest entrant here is Eugene 2 from Melbourne High in a time of 32:50. So Eugene looks like he's going to take this out.
Yeah,
actually, it's going to come down to the touch.
Sheesh.
Oh, it's very close. So, yep, Eugene first 32.94, and second Mitchell from Staunton in 33.05, and in third place Nick from Bendigo Southeast, 34.03.
We got a scare right at the wall, Eugene. Just a little bit slower than that entry time that we mentioned.
Yep.
But still a fine time. And a win, most importantly.
Correct. So he'll hop up on the podium and get his medal. So now we move on to the 17-year-old girls. So the record here is a 33.57 from Stella Sosanto in 2021. So Riley, we saw her swim earlier. She won the 100-metre breaststroke. So see how she goes. She's the fastest of the field here in lane 4. Canterbury girls.
37.42 you mentioned, Deb. That was her entry time.
Yeah.
How does she go here?
She's way out in front
here,
so they won't catch her.
She's going to shave seconds off that. Wow.
35.40. So, yep, much faster. Not sure what her PB is, but she's got the win. Alrighty, now we're on to our 17 boys. So in lane 4 we have Ashley Nichols. He was a finalist in the Nationals on the Gold Coast in this event, and his PB is a 30.36, and the record is a 29.99. So expect him to give that a bit of a shake. He's from Lavala Catholic College.
Got one new record already set today.
Yeah.
I reckon we might have one in danger here, telling me that, Deb.
We could have.
The winner here last year was a local student from Albert Park College, Josh, 31.46.
Ah, yes, that'd be Joshua Gomez. He's still swimming.
How does Ash in lane 4 go here from
And he's
Lavala
a big
Catholic?
boy for his age too.
So still that lane 4, we're keeping an eye on here.
Yep. Not far behind him in lane 5. So it looks like we're going to head to Raff for an interview.
We might. We're going to stick with this race. We'll stick with this race and see if.
Just see the finish of this race. Yep. So Ashley's taken it out in a 31.63.
All right. Let's get the Raff Agostino poolside with one of the winners from earlier today.
State Swimming Championships, and we've got this lovely lady. What's your name?
Leona.
Awesome. Now tell me why you're here. Tell me what you just raced and what you just got, what you just achieved.
I raced 50 metres breaststroke in state swimming and I got a state record.
A state record, fantastic. Is that also a PB for you?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. Now what school are you from?
East Doncaster Secondary College.
East Doncaster
Secondary College.
Secondary College. We're actually, Abby Caldwell actually comes from East Doncaster East Doncaster Secondary College as well. How good is it having Abby as an Olympian going to your school?
Feels great.
Now, where do you hope to take your swimming one day?
Well, I hope just to get like great PBs and hopefully get like some Commonwealth like times and like, yeah.
Fantastic. Now we're going to throw back to the commentators now as we wind up this and get back to racing. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Well done.
Raff.
Yeah, well done, Raff, and well done, Leona, as well. Our first student here today to set a new record, Leona Low-Hermans from, as she said, 13-year-old from East Doncaster. That's the number that they'll be trying to beat next year, Deb, and
Correct.
maybe longer.
Maybe. So we're into our 18 to 20-year-old girls now. So these girls are most likely in the last year of secondary school.
So most of them 18-year-olds, one 17-year-old, but I look at our swimmer in lane 8.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we have a 13-year-old in there, but who knows?
There could be something as simple as someone hit 3 instead of 7 or 8
maybe,
potentially.
Maybe. All right, so we have a swimmer here in lane 0, so it's the same swimmer from earlier, Jessica from Lyndhurst. So she's had an invitation granted to her to swim in this event.
We've gone this long without mentioning the record holder for this one, Deb. Tara Kinder, 33.39 in 2021. How many records did she set that year, Tara? Goodness me.
Oh, about 3 or 4 maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, so that was her last year, so she went out with a bang.
Not a bad day in the pool.
It was.
So this is lane 5.
So our swimmer out in lane 0 here is actually doing quite well.
Yeah.
But I think lane 5 is going to... Oh, no, it is. Jessica has taken the win out in lane 0.
Okay.
36.42. So she will be very happy that she was granted that invitation. And Maddie from Catholic College Wodonga second. And in third place, Veda from Bendigo Senior.
Lane 0 represent.
Yes.
There's an opportunity for Jess to get up onto the highest step on the podium.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that won't be any points for Lyndhurst.
No. All right, so moving on to event 24. These are our older boys. Now, you'll see our swimmer in lane 4, Alan Liang from Balwyn High. He was a national finalist and set an EMR record. Now, his entry time is a 30.83 and our record is a 31.1. So if he's on his game today, he could easily beat that.
So this is the yellow cap that we're looking at here in lane 4.
Yep.
Or
He's working very hard.
Debbie's bouncing in and out of her seat.
Oh, he just missed it.
Goodness me.
30.59. So he's done a great job, quicker than his entry time, but just not quite quick enough to take that record. And Brandon from Cedar Multi in Shepparton in second, and in third place, Angus from Oberon. So well done, Alan. Alrighty, so now we move into butterfly.
what can you tell me about the butterfly stroke, Deb? Just as difficult as breaststroke?
Oh, well, that's probably...
Up for debate.
Yeah. I think breaststroke is more technical.
Yep.
But butterfly is still a hard stroke. I wouldn't like to swim it myself. So this is 100 metres. So we're back at the other end of the pool. Now we've got Layla in lane 3 from Nagle College in Bairnsdale. And then in lane 4, Courtney. So she was a state age finalist in this event in a time of 1:04.80. So a couple of seconds quicker than her entry time. But our record is a 1:01, held by Kayla Costa from East Doncaster. Kayla still swims. She's actually moved up to the Gold Coast. So we'll see how these girls go.
So we're back to 100 metres here, so up and back.
Yep.
Once again, we've got a strong showing here in lane 4. It's Courtney.
Yeah, so Courtney I was just talking about, she's got a pretty comfortable lead here.
East Doncaster. So that was the same school as our record setter earlier on, Leona.
So obviously a strong school
Yeah.
for swimming. Lane 6 is trying her hardest to catch her,
Annabelle.
but no.
Have to settle for second, I think, Deb.
Courtney 106.47, so a little bit faster than her entry time. So she'll be happy with that. And second was Annabelle from Bentley. And in third place, Hannah from Reservoir. All right, so now into the boys 100 butterfly. Now, our record holder here, Matthew Temple, I don't think anyone's going to get close to that. 56.18. Matthew's actually an Olympian. So, you know, if anyone can beat that, then they will be very proud of themselves.
It'll be today's headline, I think, if someone could get anywhere near that.
Yeah, most of these guys are over the minute as their entry time. But we do have Haruki out in lane 0. I know he's a very quick swimmer. He's an invitation, so I don't know what his entry time is. Expect him to be pretty fast.
So the age group here is still 12 to 20. Our youngest is Miller Nihill in lane 8. So he's 15 years old from Catherine Macaulay College. In they go.
Yep.
We do, if we're going on the entry times, we do have a lot of times that are quite close together here. So we could have a mad dash to the finish when they turn and come home.
Yeah. Keep your eye on lane 0. I reckon he'll go quick. So yeah, Haruki's going to be first at the turn in lane 0 from Glen Waverley. Let's see how they go in the second half. And then Cameron from Viewbank was second at the turn. He's in lane 5.
He's going away with it, I think, Cam.
I think you find Haruki out in lane 0 is going to take this out.
Yep.
Yeah. Our screen has disappeared, so I can't see his finish time. Oh, here we go. 57.14. Not that far away from the record time, so...
That's how well he was going, Deb. I was looking on our monitor. I couldn't even see him. He was gone.
He was gone. So, yeah, expect to see big things from this kid.
18 years of age. Another win for lane 0. It's a couple now.
Okay, and now we're back to the 50s and back to the primary girls, the 9 to 10s. So 50 butterfly. So Leia Wang from Sir Pal. She came first in the sprints back at the start of the year here in the Swim Victoria competition. And her PB is a 38.12. So a bit quicker than her entry time.
All 10-year-olds in this race, bar young Georgia, who's in lane 1 from Ballarat Clarendon. She's 9.
Yeah.
And the winner last year was Amelia from Ballarat Clarendon, 34.93. So looking to go back-to-back, I suppose, in this event, that particular school.
Yeah. So, as I said, these 9-year-olds, they'll get to swim in this same age group again next year.
Yep.
They get 2 goes at this event.
Looks like we've got lane 6 here. So Eva.
Oh, yeah.
Just starting to slow down a little bit now. It's back to the good old trusty lane 4.
Yeah, it looks like it's...
Oh,
they're going to be close. Lane 6, I think she's going to hold on, actually. It's going to come down to the touch, though. Yeah, lane 6, Eve from Orion, 39.22. So 4 seconds, almost 4 seconds faster than her entry time. So that's a good effort. Okay, on to the boys. So the record holder here is from 2010.
Theodore from Dandenong North, that was.
34.89, and our fastest qualifier here is 37.47. That's Lucas. I think we saw him earlier in something.
Yeah, Lucas from Pakenham Hills.
Yes, he won the 50 breaststroke, so He's
So
obviously,
having a go in butterfly now.
he can do butterfly as well. As I said, these primary kids can only do 2 individual events because they just have the 4 events to choose from. So Boon Primary School in lane 2. I have no idea where that is.
Looks like Lucas is just starting to make his run here in lane 4. He might have another trip to the top step, I think.
Yeah.
Going okay in lane 1 as well is Leo. He might have second, or they're just starting to come for him.
37.08.
That's a good swim.
So he shaved a bit off his entry time. And in second place, George from Holy Trinity, Eltham North. And in third was Matthew from St. Kevin's. All right, 11 girls, 50 fly. Okay, so our swimmer in lane 4, Jumana. She was an all-junior finalist in this event. Her entry time is a 33.05. Our record is a 32.02, so doable. She's from Greythorn Primary School. I had the pleasure of watching her swim at Region. She has a sister that swims as well, and they're both pretty fast.
It's interesting watching the different age groups as you go up, and the faster they are through the pool as they get older and stronger.
Oh, look at her. She's got a body length here
Yeah.
on the next swimmer.
The time, though.
32.62. Not quite, but close to the record. But faster than her entry time. So, well done, Jumana. And in second place, Kimberly from St. Catherine's in Toorak. And in third place, Arabella from St. Mary's Primary School in Myrtleford. Okay, our 11 boys. So Harry here in lane 4 from Clarinda. He came first in this event at the All Juniors in a time of 34.79. So faster than his region time, which is his entry time here. So see how he goes today. Swimmers here from Mildura. It's a long trip. Wonder if they came and stayed the night.
Would have been an early rise,
They
if
would
not.
have had to get up early. But yeah, Harry looks to have it in the bag here.
Harry Whitecap, yep, it's a good time.
34.67. So faster than his entry time and faster than the time he swam at All Juniors. So that could even be a PB for him. All right, the 12-13 girls, 50 fly. We have an invitation swimmer here in lane 0 from Bendigo, Charlotte.
We've got an oldish record here in 2009. Yeah, 30-31, Gemma MLC.
Yep.
Don't think we have, in terms of the times here we've got on our sheet. Not sure we'll have that threatened today. But we'll know in 50 metres time.
We will.
Or less than that now.
So our swimmer in lane 4, Sarah Jacker from Loretto. Oh, lane 5's hunting her down.
Oh, yeah, Zara.
She's from MLC. Oh, it's down to the touch. Yep, Zara's pipped her at the post, 33.30, and Sarah 33.49, and in third place, Astrid. So, well done.
So a win there for Zara from Methodist Ladies College. Boy, that was close.
It was. Okay, our boys now. So another invitation in lane 0 from Terrelgan. And swimmers from far and wide here. Ballarat again. Seymour. Inverloch. So Oscar Magalotti from Wantirna South. He is quite a handy butterflyer. Lane 5.
Oh, sheesh.
Oh, 30.89.
Oh,
Very quick. Han Tang Wang from Westbourne.
that's not far off the record, which was 30.07.
Yep.
How fast did he swim those last 15 metres or so?
Yes, he did.
He's happy with himself as well, the fist pump.
Fist pump. All right. So our girls next. 12.13. So in lane 4. So our winner from earlier, Jumana. This is her sister Karma in the water now. So she broke the EMR record in this event in a 31.34. And our record is a 30.47 from back in 2011.
Should just mention quickly, everybody that's watching, if you are watching on from the classroom or workplace or watching as a group, send through all your photos and videos, www.ssv.photos, to let us know you're watching and where you're watching, what snacks you might have on hand as well.
I'm sure they're all watching with their teachers, sitting there getting out of a bit of work. Lane 4 and lane 6 here. So yeah, it looks like Carmen's going to take it out. 31.40. So a little bit slower than her entry time, but first nonetheless. And in second, Hannah from Phoenix in Sebastopol. And in third place, Lynette from Maribyrnong.
So that's another Ballarat school, that one, Phoenix P12 Sebastopol. Good to see them represented here.
Yeah.
One of the newer schools actually in Ballarat.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, our 12-13 boys have hit the water here. So our fastest swimmer, Yun Hao from Brentwood in lane 4, and Ben Van Dyke from Altham High in lane 5. They've both got entry times of 32. Our record is 28.89.
So 4 and 5 again then.
Yep, looks like lane 5. Yep.
Benjamin, yes.
So 31.06. So faster than his entry time again. Yunhaus comes second, 31.32. And in third place, Joaquin from St Joseph's College in Mildura.
A little bit quicker than his entry time, Joaquin. So he will be happy with that despite finishing third.
More 50 flyer here, 14-year-old girls. Invitation in lane 0 from Frankston High. So watch out for her, Alyssa Meddings. Looks pretty quick. No entry time, so I'm not quite sure what her time is.
We've got 3 and 4 here, I think, or 4 and 5 again.
Yeah, it looks
right
like
in the middle.
4, even 6.
Oh,
Coming. Oh, it's going to come down to the touch, yeah. Lane 4, Jessie from Grovedale. So 31.72. And in second place
was lane
Lucy
6
from Ringwood.
Yeah.
All right, so we're up to 36. We're racing through this program. 14-year-old boys, 50-metre butterfly.
Winner here last year was Riley from Montmorency, 29.01. A little bit slower than the overall record, 27.87.
Yeah. So our fastest qualifier here is Bart from Wantirna in lane 4 with a 28.76.
I wonder if Bart's a shot here.
He's got a handy lead.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to catch him. It's pretty comfortable out there.
27 or just a bit slower.
28.04.
Yeah.
Good swim though. And in second place, Harrison from Tallangatta. .15-year-old girls, 50-metre butterfly.
Can I ask you, Deb, I've been meaning to ask you this for a bit, but at what age would these students pick one stroke and kind of stick with that?
Oh, usually not till they're much older.
Yep.
Usually as swimmers, their coaches will encourage them to swim all the strokes.
Yep.
Yep. Until they're much older, and then they can decide which one is going to be what they call their form stroke.
So we're seeing 15-year-olds now, even older than that, do you think, before they pick one?
Possibly.
Yep.
Yeah, they might have a favourite,
Yep.
but again, at 15, their coaches would encourage them to swim all the strokes. So lane 4 again here, Annabelle. We saw her earlier from Bentley. She's going to take the win in a time of 29:36. So that's pretty quick. And in second place, Alicia from Mount Waverley. And they're going that quick, I can't even see who came third.
Well, it is pretty quick. She's only just missed out on the record, which is 28.81, Annabelle. So she's a good swimmer. Like you said, we've seen her already triumph earlier today.
So here we are with the 15 boys. As I said earlier, Riley is not here. He was our fastest qualifier, so that's disappointing for him, I'm sure. Wish him all the best if he is injured. So lane 5 will be our fastest qualifier here, Enrico, and we did see his name earlier. I'm sure he might have actually won an event.
Oh, we've got someone who's flown the coop here in lane 2. Henry Allen got it.
Oh,
27.48.
27.48. Not far outside that record of 26.94. And second was Enrico.
Second for Enrico.
And third was Jaden from Wellington. All right, 16-year-old women. Women, girls, either or. Lane 4 is our fastest qualifier here, Courtney. She broke the EMR record.
And we've seen Courtney already?
We have.
Courtney Mage, yeah.
Yep, so her entry time is at 29.61. So we'll see how she goes today.
Record from 2014, Michaela Cornelison, 27.87.
Yep, from Lee and Gaffer. So 3, 4, 5 here. You'll see some of them will breathe every second stroke, some will breathe every stroke.
Oh,
it's close, but yeah.
Between 3 and 4.
Taken at 29.84. So, well done, Courtney. Second place was Jade from Emmanuel, and in third place, Claire from Preston. Okay, on to event 40, the 16-year-old boys 50 fly. So, Jake here in lane 4, he swam this event at Nationals. Now, his entry time here is a 27.33, but his time at Nationals, which I think was a PB, was a 26.51. So,
about a second behind the record, which is 25.55.
Yep.
Jake's in lane 4 again.
He looks very strong.
25.55 we're watching.
We are. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he's just missed it.
26.03. But a great time all the same. He should be happy with that. I'm guessing that's a PB.
Well, we've had a lot of close shaves, haven't we, with the records? Still just the one that has fallen.
We love a close finish. Okay, 17 girls.
Once again, the quickest from the entry times, Ebony. Lane 4, 39.9.
We're actually missing lane 4 here.
Oh.
So she's not swimming.
Put a line through Ebony. Sorry, Eb. Your name still got mentioned.
Yes. So Nicolette will be our fastest qualifier here in lane 5. There's a lot of 31s, so expect this to be pretty close.
Well, it already looks that way, doesn't it? Oh, what have we got here? Lane 2.
Oh, I think you could be right.
Oh.
Yep, 2, Layla Mahfouz. We spoke about her earlier. So she's taken the win, 30.92. And in second place, Hannah from Reservoir. And in third place, Charisse from Vermont.
But as you predicted, Deb, all very close in terms of times.
Yeah.
Good to see the entry times have rung true there.
Yep. Alrighty, so 17 boys. Ethan in lane 4. He broke the record at region, 26.93. That's pretty quick.
And the SSV record was set last year. Stone, 25.80. Melbourne High School.
Ethan looks like
He's being challenged, but he's home.
Yeah, he's home. 27.15. Didn't even see who came second there. All right, our 18 to 20 girls up in our upper age group. 50 fly. 28.08 is the record, held by Emily Nichol from Strathmore. So we've got Chloe Millard from Melbourne Girls College in lane 4. I know she swims out of MLC. We spoke about her sister earlier, Charlie. I think she holds a record for an event earlier on. So it's 4 and 5 here. So, yep, Chloe takes the win in a 30.23.
It's a good swim from Chloe.
Second was Jordan from Muralbark, and in third place, Jessica.
She's been good out there in lane 0 today.
She's done a great job. So, all right, so we're going to see now Haruki here, Nakanishi from Glen Waverley in lane 4. He broke the record for EMR in a 25.55, which is actually faster than the SSV record. So,
and we've already been impressed by him today, haven't we?
So this should be a good race. He'll be looking to break that record, I'm sure. I don't think he's taken a breath yet. I seriously don't think he has.
Look at him in the orange cap.
I don't think he's going to. Oh, there he goes, one breath.
So
he might take one breath for the 50 metres.
25.74.
Oh, yes,
he got
25.51.
Well done, Haruki.
He was determined, I think, watching that swim. And in second place was Alan from Sunshine, and in third place, Cameron from Viewbank. So I'm tipping Raff will have an interview with Haruki.
Yeah, I'd like to have a chat with Haruki, actually. So that's our second new record that has been set today.
Correct.
Of course, we did have the last one poolside with Raff a few moments ago.
So we're going to move into our multi-class swimming now. So
what's that, Deb? Can you explain to people what that is?
These are the disabled swimmers. So they all have different classifications.
Yep.
So how it works is who touches the wall first is not necessarily the winner. So they all have different classifications, as I said, and what happens is they compare their finish time with the world record, and it's based on their points that they get for how close they get to that record.
Right, okay.
So it's not necessarily the winner that wins the race, if that makes sense.
So we will keep an eye on their times with a little asterisk, knowing that that is not necessarily the winning metric, I suppose.
Yeah, so as I said, they all have different classifications, and that's based on their disability. Like you'll have some that could be amputees, you'll have some that could be deaf, some that are vision impaired, some that could have learning difficulties, all sorts of things. So they're classified on those impairments and they're judged accordingly.
So our next 7 events are going to be the multi-class.
So they will probably combine some of these
Yep.
because like you might have an event where there's only one entrant, so they won't swim them on their own, they'll combine the events. So what we see in the pool is definitely not what we're going to see on the podium.
Yep. And these are all set to be butterfly as well, so we're sticking with the butterfly stroke.
Yep, for now.
A little bit later on today we will have
So this is the first year, actually, they've had butterfly for multi-class.
Right, okay, yep.
In the past, it's only been the other 3 strokes.
Yep.
But this year, they do have butterfly as well. So that's great for those guys, because in the past, if they wanted to swim butterfly, they've had to swim with the able-bodied swimmers.
Yeah, okay, right. And we will see the other strokes later this afternoon.
Will.
Yep.
Yep. So we'll have to wait and see who fronts up behind the blocks so we know which events are being swum together here, because what's on the board is obviously not necessarily what's happening here, because we only have one swimmer in the 12-13 boys butterfly, and that's Max from Rutherglen, and he's an S15. So the higher their number, the lower their impairment.
I see.
So if they're an S, just say an S4, that would mean they're quite disabled.
Yep.
But then as an S15, they could be just deaf.
Yep.
And they might have a light for the start because they can't hear the starter's signal.
Okay.
So you can see we'll have S10, we've got an S9, 14, 17, 15. I'm not sure exactly which numbers equate to what impairment. I'm not that up with it,
Yep.
but I do know that, yeah, they're all based on their disability.
So it looks like this next event we are going to have a handful of swimmers. It's hard to tell exactly how many. There's a fair bit of activity going down the far end. Going on down the far end of the pool, I should say.
Yeah. So a lot of organising out there by our officials who do a great job. We couldn't run this event without them.
No, yep.
Our teachers, our students on the buttons. It's a big job here today.
We need a lot of foot soldiers, don't we,
We do.
to get everything done? And the same can be said in the broadcast booth here. We've got people running everywhere and wires going everywhere.
Yes.
Raff Agostino, I think, is out there running around like a headless chook. He always does at these events.
He does.
We're still waiting on Raff to round somebody up poolside so we can go down and have a chat to some of our students. We'd love to have a chat with Haruki from Glen Waverley if possible.
So you'll see today, this is the state championships. So what happens the next level is what they call School Sport Australia, which is equivalent to the nationals. And that's Team Vic. So to qualify for Team Vic, it's not necessarily who wins. You have to apply.
Yep.
And they look at your swimming times across the 12 months. So that's how they choose their team. And I think this year, if I'm not mistaken, I think it might be in Sydney. I think it's in August. So you'll probably find that most people have already applied. There'll be a cut-off, which I presume would be after today sometime, and then they'll choose their team from that.
Yep. So even if you swim today and you swim well and you win, you still have to apply
You do.
to enter for the Nationals.
Yeah, it's a process. You
Yep.
have to, apply online, and then then they'll announce the team probably in the next month, I would imagine.
Can I ask you a biased question, Debbie? How do Victoria normally go at those
They
national-
usually do pretty well. Yeah, Team Vic. So I was involved in it when it was here a few years ago at MSAC. So it's a great event.
Just those pesky Queenslanders beat us in the pool all the time.
Yes, they do.
That's not fair. They have the theme parks and they beat us in the pool. That's okay. We've seen plenty of great swimmers here today that I'm sure, even some of our primary school students, that when they're of age, they'll be able to go and represent Victoria and win and beat the Queenslanders, I'm sure. It's like our own state of origin, isn't it?
It is.
You know, Queensland have that rival with the New South Wales in the pool.
All right, so it looks like we've got 2 swimmers here. So my guess is this is Max in lane 3. And I'm tipping lane 4 is another Max. So 12, 13-year-old Max in lane 3 and 12, 14-year boys Max in lane 4. That's who I'm tipping. So Max and Max.
So Max Chandler in 3 from Rutherglen.
Yep, and
And-
I think Max Bassett from Sale
Right.
in lane 4. That would be my guess. So Max Chandler is an S15 and Max Bassett is an S14. So they're competing together, but not against each other. As
Yep.
They have different classifications.
But there's still points for today for these swimmers to
Absolutely.
earn. Yep.
Absolutely. So there you go. So Max from Rutherglen has touched the wall in a 53.10, which is faster than his entry time
Yep.
of 55.37.
It's a good swim, Max.
And then Max Bassett,
He's beaten his 2, has he?
103,
Oh, no.
just over.
But that's still impressive. I mean, you talk about the butterfly and the breaststroke both being difficult strokes to swim for anybody. You know, so
Absolutely.
to still be able to swim, 50 metres in a decent time like that for both of those boys, well done. Max and Max.
Max and Max. All right, so we've got some girls behind the blocks now. So we're going to have Talia from Myrtlefoot in lane 3. And I'm tipping that you'll have so Talia's 14, so she's in the 12 to 14 age group. And then I'm tipping the 15, 16-year-old girls who are both 16 will swim with her in lanes 4 and 5. So that's my guess.
So Phoebe Edwards, you're thinking in lane 4, and Charlie Lang in lane 5.
Correct, from Heatherwood and Patterson River. So they're all different classifications. Talia's an S10, Phoebe's an S14, and Charlie is an 18.
So we do have entry times for Talia and Phoebe, not for Charlie, but we'll keep an eye on the other two.
So it's great to see these guys having a go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so difficult to get out there and do this for anyone, and these guys are just amazing. So it looks like Charlie's about to hit the wall.
Let's have a look at what time Charlie gets. 48.53. So that's the one swimmer there that we didn't have a time for.
Yep.
But we'll note it down as
And then Talia's swum a
48.53.
49.31. Now her entry time was a
Oh,
58,
goodness
so
me.
she's done a great job. And then Phoebe's just hit the wall in a 103.85, so just a little bit over her entry time. So well done, girls. So I think you'll find the next event will be the 17 to 20 girls. Now these 3 girls are all 17, if they're all there. And we've got 2 S14s and an S17.
So who do we have here, Deb? We've got Samantha in lane 3
Yeah.
from Ashwood School. Lane 4, we've got Kayla from
Merboo North.
Melbourne North. And in lane 5, it'll be Emily from Heatherwood School.
So I can't see a swimmer in lane 4, so Kayla's not there for
Right.
whatever reason. So these girls are actually the same classification.
Yep.
So whatever you see here, finish first, will be who comes first and second.
So no Kayla. So Samantha in 3 and Emily
Yep.
in 5.
So we don't have an entry time for Samantha, so not sure how she's going as opposed to her best time, but Emily's entry time was a 108.
It does look like these two girls are pretty evenly matched. Of course, that doesn't matter too much here, but
So it looks like Emily in lane 5 is most likely a swimmer. She's got an SP cap, which is Surrey Park. So Samantha's swum a 102.70 and Emily a 104.12. So Emily's taken, she was a 108.3, so she's taken quite a few seconds off her entry time. So now I think our next event's going to be 55, which is the boys 15 to 16, 50 butterfly multi-class. So we should have 4 swimmers here if they're all present. So Lockie Bellion from Sale, Dominic Hoggard from Bainbridge, Hamish Keenan from Strathmore, and Varun Wishengi. I probably butchered that.
No, that's okay.
Ashwood.
Wishengi.
Yep, so I can tell you the first 3 boys all swam at Nationals. I watched them at the Gold Coast. So Lockie's PB is actually a 38. Dominic was a finalist in a 32.49, as was Hamish in a 33.91. So I expect them to go a bit faster than their entry times here, these 3 boys in 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah, well, by the looks of it.
So lane 4, Dominic.
Dominating.
32.24, so that could well be a PB for him. He's an S10. So Lockie and Tharun are both the same classification. Dominic's a 10 and Hamish is a 9. So Lockie 39 flat, so a bit over his PB from Nationals. 1 second exactly to be precise.
Yep. Here comes Tharun now.
Tharun. Yep. So he's done a 1:14.42. Good job. And did Hamish not swim? I don't see anyone else in the pool, so I'm guessing Hamish wasn't here.
Must have been a non-starter. Well done to those boys.
All right, so next up are our 17 to 20 boys. So James Logan in lane 4 from Grovedale College. He was a national finalist in this event and he swam that in a 32.39.
Right.
So they don't have records for the multi-class because they're all different classifications. It would be really hard to try and keep track of those records.
Yep.
And I can see Raff outside the window here. I reckon he has Haruki with him.
Oh, he's got the man.
Yes, so I think we'll go to a interview very shortly.
We are readying ourselves for what will be our final multi-class event for now anyway, before we go back to the freestyle. 100 metre freestyle it will be this time.
Just give me 30 seconds.
We are, as Debbie said, we're going to go poolside momentarily with Raff, who I reckon has probably had to go through a swarm of paparazzi to get to our man.
I'm sure.
Just to get him over here. He's been living on the top step, Haruki. Top step of the podium. We might, we'll have a look at the start of this next race.
Yeah, so we've got Alexander in lane 3 from Ashwood, James from Grovedale in 4, and Finn from Emmanuel in 5. So Alex and Finn are S10, and James in lane 4 is an S15.
James the only one with no time here, so we'll...
I think James is a non-starter.
Oh, right,
sorry. See him up on
my
the
mistake.
there. Okay, so James has done a 33.42, so faster than his entry time. Well done.
All right, we're going to go poolside here with Raff Agostino. He's got the man of the moment. Let's head out there now.
We're here at the State Championships and I'm here with...
Haruki Nakanishi.
Brilliant stuff, mate. Now, what events did you just compete in?
200 fry, 200 meter freestyle, 100 fry, and 50 fry.
Now, this is not your first state final, is it? You've been here before. You've been to a few state finals, haven't you?
Actually, I didn't do last year for the school swimming, and also I came from Japan to study and to improve my English from like 2021 December. So I'm pretty nervous about like this English interview. This is exactly first time.
Well, I've got to say, your English is pretty good, mate. Now, being from Japan, 2021, that's a huge ask. How does it feel coming into an event with so many people?
Yeah, compared to Japan, like in Australia, like everyone is pretty laugh, like at all time, like not even just for like during racing, like even like during training, they are like pretty enjoying to improve themselves. Like I really love this, and I'm pretty like proud. I don't know, proud of myself to like challenge in different like environment in here, Australia.
Very good, mate. Well, we're proud of you too. Fantastic. Now, have you got other events that you got competing in today?
That's all of my
That's
events.
all right, you go rest, have something to eat. Fantastic work, congratulations, and we hope to see you back here another time.
Yeah, I hope.
With even better English than what you have today.
Yeah.
Fantastic, good job, mate.
Thank you so much.
Back to the commentators for this race. Thank you.
Thank you, Raff.
Well done, Haruki, as
I
well.
know, he's only been here for a couple of years, come
Yeah.
from Japan. He was a bit nervous about his English, but
December 2021, did he say,
He did a
Haruki?
great job.
Goodness me. Well, we've seen the last of him today, but we'll be seeing more of him in the future, I'm sure. As we move along now, event number, what have we got here, Deb? 57?
we're going to get faster now, 100 freestyle.
Oh. The sprints. They're all sprints, but this is really a sprint.
Yep. So these are our 12 to 15 girls. So Alicia Clark in lane 4. She was a national finalist in this event. Now her entry time on paper is a 1:02, but I know for a fact she's much quicker than
Much
that. She did a
faster.
59 at nationals.
Oh, okay. Well, the record here is a minute. And
correct.
Then, yeah,
So
1:00:17.
Keep an eye on that clock as she's coming into the
All
wall.
right. From Mount Waverley, who we've already seen swim incredibly well today.
Yes. Well, that's where Haruki's from, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
this is his schoolmate swimming now. So yeah, Haruki's 18, so we may not see him back here again, but I'm sure we're going to see him in the pool.
We'll see him in the pool again, 100%. So here is Alicia. Oh, she's getting a challenge from, is that lane 6?
Oh, lane
7?
3.
Oh, she's just fallen back, this girl.
So Annabelle, who we spoke about earlier from Bentley, is thrown down the gauntlet, but Alicia, it's going to come down to the touch, these girls.
Oh, just missed out.
Alicia's just got that time, 1:00:15. So she
Oh,
did
she's
break
got
the
it.
record by 0.02.
Oh,
Well done. And then Annabelle 1:00:18.
yeah, just,
And third
That's-
place was Jessica from Terralgan.
that's still a fantastic swim for second, isn't it?
Absolutely. So she was only 0.01 outside the record in second place.
Yeah.
So, that's a great job by both of those girls.
That was a record, by the way, that was from 2010.
Yep. Carly Mansfield from Rosebud.
So that's our third
Third
new
record
time
for
setter
the
today,
day.
yeah.
So I'm sure we'll hear from Alicia a bit later on with Raff.
How will she be feeling, Alicia? You say that she swum a quicker time than that, but she does have the record. Will she be a
Correct.
bit conflicted?
I think she'll be happy.
Yeah.
I think she'll be happy. You think that these kids that swam at nationals, they would have tapered for that.
Yeah.
So they would have been fully prepared, and they've had to swim that and then come back to training. So some of these kids are probably a bit exhausted by this time of the year.
So this is the men now, 100-metre freestyle, still the 12 to 15 age
Yep.
group.
So you'll find that this will be, we were talking before about long course being a 50-metre pool. This will be the end of the long course season, so to speak. So
Yep.
we're moving into short course now
Okay.
for winter, which is
Yep.
25-metre pool. So some people prefer it and some people don't like all those turns. Imagine doing a 1,500 short course. I think it would make me dizzy.
Yeah.
But these guys out here, they're all got pretty quick entry times. Jaden in lane 4, 58.9.
Boy, this is going to be close.
Oh, lane 5, I think. Oh, it's going to come down to that touch again. Lane 4, I think he's just on Rico. 57.34. So faster than his entry time. Not sure if it's a PB, but I'm sure he'll be happy with the win.
Well done there by Harrison that finished second. So he was one of 2 14-year-olds in that race.
Yeah, and Jaden's finished third in a 57.68. So all 57s for the podium. All right, so next up is the 16 to 20 girls, 100 freestyle.
This is a quick time. The record in this one, 58.53. Evelyn Bolt from 2013. Have a look at the entry times there. They're all well beyond a minute.
So all of these girls, they're pretty evenly matched, I would say. And you can see across the pool now, you could throw a blanket over them. They're all pretty close.
We've seen today, though, the turns are pivotal, aren't they? You often see from the turns that you'll have maybe 1 or 2 emerge a little bit ahead of the rest, which we can see there.
Yeah. So they're the skills we talk about in swimming and training, you know, your underwater work, because of course you're faster under the water than you are on top. So if you can get a good turn and then get as far as you can under the water with those dolphin kicks. So it looks like lane 5 here is going to take the win. So that's Kiara from Beaumaris, a 10086. And in second it was Taylor from Gilson. And in third place, Shana from Baldwin High. Okay, more 100 freestyle, our 16 to 20 men. So in lane 4, we have Joel from Templestowe. His entry time is a 54.63, which set a new EMR record at the region event a couple of weeks ago. So we've got Alan out in lane 0. He's a invitational, so not sure what his entry time is. But to be granted an invitation, you need to be pretty quick.
Yep.
So I expect him to be there at the finish.
Well, we've seen some good performers in that particular lane. 55.72 was the winning time last year. Stone Ma. Mentioned his name a few times today already.
Yes, he's still swimming Stone, I think.
Normally stones sink, don't they? Swim. Sorry, I had to.
Is there even a swimmer in lane 0? I don't see one, to be honest. I don't think Alan's actually there. All right, so the winner was Dimitri from Point Cook, 54.87.
Faster than his entry time, so we'll be happy with that.
Yep. So Alan wasn't there. All right, so we're back to 50 freestyle now, so blink and you miss it.
Yeah, back to our
splash and dash.
Back to our primary students.
Yep. So the girls here, so Claire in lane 4 from Heathdale. She came first in the All Juniors in this event. And our record for this event is back in 2003. That's 20 years ago.
Quite a lot of the entry times I'm looking at, they're quite close together, aren't they?
Yeah.
A few 34s there, 35. But where are our eyes here, Deb? Did you say lane 4?
Lane 4 and 5, I'd say.
Yep.
And a couple of 9-year-olds here. So, as I said, they get another go at it next year. So,
So Neve in lane 5 is one of the 9-year-olds, and Mia, who will be
The other end of the pool, though, for the 50.
30, this is the record.